students, welcome to the exam rat. So today we are going to start our next unit, that is unit number 4, geometry, with the chapter number 6, triangles. Okay, so let's just start with the chapter number 6. Before that, for more such videos, subscribe and go through our website, and in case of any doubt and queries, you can just let us know by commenting, right? So we can just start with our first chapter of the geometry, that is triangles, right? So basically, what is the triangles? Okay, so in class 9th also we have studied a little bit about these triangles, about the congruency of triangles, but in 10th standard we are going to study about another criteria, that is the similarity of the triangles. Okay, we have studied about the congruency and now we are going to study about this similarity, and this similarity is like this sign is the sign which is generally represent this similarity. Okay, so we are going to study what is this similarity, what are similar figures, how the triangles are similar, and certain theorems also. So let's just start with the similar figures, right? Basically, the similar figures are those figures which are similar in shape. That means this and this figure can be similar, but this and this figure can't be congruent, but they can be similar only, because when they have the same shape but do not have the same size, then they are said to be similar. In case of similarity, for any quadrilateral to be similar, for any triangle to be similar, and in short for any polygon to be similar, the angles must be equal, right? And the corresponding sides must be in ratio, must be in a certain definite ratio. Okay, this is what are the conditions for any polygons, rather it be a quadrilateral or it be a triangle, to be similar, right? So this is all the conditions of similar. And I'm also like to tell you one more thing, that two or more figures, if they are similar, if all the figures are similar, then it is not supposed to be congruent. It is not sure that if they are similar then also they are congruent, but if they are congruent then they will always be similar. अगर अगर वो सिमिलर होते हैं तो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि वो कॉन्ग्रुएंट भी होंगे, बट इफ़ दे आर कॉन्ग्रुएंट इट मीन्स दैट दे विल ऑलवेज बी सिमिलर. So you can have a look here also. State whether the following quadrilaterals are similar or not. Okay, in this particular question you can see that basically I told you two basic condition. First is the angles should be equal, right, and the side must be in ratio. So these are the basically these are the very important conditions. These must be followed, both of these must be followed. Okay, so this is what we called as the similarity or the fundamentals of similarity. So in this particular figure you can see that the ratio of all the figures of all the sides of the given figure is 1 by 2, but the angle in this case is not 90, but the angle in this case is 90. So the corresponding angles are not equal. It means it is not satisfying this particular condition, and that is why they are not similar. Am I right? This is what we called as the similarity. I hope that's clear to you that what is similarity. Now, since we are done with the basics, let's just start with the theorems also that are very important in this chapter. As you know, geometry has a very important place for these theorems. So this is the very important theorem of this chapter, which is we called as the basic proportionality theorem, or BPT. Am I right? This is the very important theorem. Out of all the 9 theorems in this chapter, this is the very most important theorem of this chapter, popularly known as BPT, right? So let's start with this. This is a particular triangle. There is a triangle. Okay, this is the parallel side of this triangle. The picture is like this, and these are the two triangles. Okay, now let's draw the perpendicular bisector here also. So it will be something like this. This will be M and this is going to be N, right? So this is your picture. basically just look at these two pictures here, that what this meant. Okay, so basically let's have a look on this triangle, area of triangle ADE. We all know that area of triangle is equals to half into base into height. So by applying that, in this particular case, if we take AD as the base, then DM will be the perpendicular. If we take AD as the base, then EN will be the perpendicular height. So the formula or the area of ADE will be somehow equals to half of AD multiplied by EN. I hope that's clear to you. Now we are taking this particular triangle's area. So in this particular triangle, this will be your base and the height will be this. So EN will be the height. So the BDE will be equals to half into BD into EN. I hope that's clear to you. Okay, now what you have to do is just divide both of the equation. When you will divide both of these equation, you will see that you will have to cancel out two of them. Half will be cancelled out and En height is similar in both the cases. Then you have to cancel out En too, right? So you will be getting something like AD divided by BD. Similarly, you have to perform same with this DEC and ADE again by taking AE as the base. Okay, then you will be getting something like AE and EC. So these both of them will be like this. What you will be getting is this. Now you can see that there are two triangles like this which are formed on the same base. This is the same base on these two triangles are formed, and they are between the two parallel lines, you can see. So in that particular case, both of them will be similar or both of their areas will be equal. Okay, so since the area of this triangle is equals to area of this triangle, so it means we can say that area of ADB upon area of BDE is equals to area of ADE divided by area of DEC. In that particular case, we will say that AD by DB equals to AE by EC. So this is what the basic proportionality theorem says, that when the line drawn on the triangle is parallel to the third side of the triangle, in that case the line which is basically cutting the triangle from first and the second side will be in a certain ratio and their ratio will be equal. This is what the basic proportionality theorem says. Like when we draw this DE and it is parallel to BC, then in that particular case, the point where this D and E are cutting this AB and AC, from that point the ratio of this AD and DB will be equals to the ratio of AE and EC. I hope that's clear to you, that whenever we draw a perpendicular line to the third side of the triangle, then it always divide the other two sides in the equal ratio. This is the whole statement for the theorem number 1. So you have to just know about the proof of theorem number 1. No need to learn the proof of other theorems too, because they are just the normal theorems, but you should know what they meant actually. Okay, so our second theorem is your theorem 6.2, that is Thales theorem. So this Thales theorem is just the another name of the converse of BPT. This is the just the converse, that it means that when the line divide any two sides in the equal ratio, then the line will be parallel. So in this particular case, let's just suppose this was ABC. For theorem 6.2 I am telling this is, so in this particular theorem it is given that AD by DB is equals to AE by EC. This is already given, and you have to prove that DE is parallel to BC. I hope that's clear to you. In this particular equation or in this particular theorem, it is already given that the ratios of the two sides are equal, but you have to prove that the line drawn is parallel to the third side of the triangle, right? Now move ahead with the theorem number 3. Okay, so theorem number 3 is simply called as AAA criteria. So in the congruency criteria, we have learnt about this AAA. We have learnt that what these A and S means. So to remind you, S means side and A means the angle, right? So in this particular case, the AAA similarity criteria means that all the angles of the triangles are equal. So basically, according to this theorem, if in a triangle all the angles are equal, it means that in both of these triangles, let's just suppose B is equals to E, A is equal to D, and C is equals to F. In that particular case, the sides will also be in a definite ratio and the two triangles will be similar. Okay, so the next is your SSS similarity criteria, that is your side similarity criteria. So according to this particular theorem, when the all sides of the triangle they are equal, they are in the proportion to the sides of the another triangle, then their angles are equal and they are considered to be similar. So basically both of these theorems, they are just similar to each other. In this particular theorem, the angles are equal, this is already given, right? In this particular theorem, the sides are proportional, this is already given. Okay, so in this particular case, the angles are given, that is why it is AAA, and in this particular case, the sides are proportional, they are already given, that is why SSS similarity criteria. Now move ahead with the theorem number 6.5, 6 and 7. Okay, these are also very important theorems. Let's have a look on 6.5. It is also similar to other theorems we have studied, okay, like 6.3 and 6.4. This is SAS criteria, as the name suggests. In this particular theorem, one of the angle of the triangle is equal to the one of the angle of triangle or another triangle, and the corresponding sides are in the definite ratio. So it will be SAS, that will be side A angle side, SAS similarity criteria, and you will always represent similarity, always represent similarity like this sign. Like how? Like this. Okay, like the congruency was like something like this, but similarity is only like this. Okay, so I hope that's clear to you now. Now move ahead with the theorem number 6, that is the ratio of the areas of two triangles is equal to square of the corresponding sides. So in this particular theorem, when the basically, for example, there are these are the two similar triangles, so in that particular case both of the areas ratio, it means area of ABC and ratio with area of PQR will be equals to the square ratio of the square of their corresponding sides. Like this, it will look something like this. Also pay attention to this, that when we are studying about congruency rule in 9th standard, then there was nothing like naming and all, but in this similarity criteria you must be very careful with the naming. If angle A is equals to angle P, and if you're writing angle A first, then you have to write angle P first. If B is equals to Q, then you have to write B along with Q. If B is equals to R, then you have to write it like PRQ. Okay, so this is how you have to name the triangles. In the case of similarity, you have to be very careful with that. Okay, in the case of similarity, you must be very sensitive with the naming section. If B is equals to angle B is equals to angle R, then always if the B is placed in the second position, then R also be placed in the second position. I hope that's clear to you. If you find any problem in this, you can please let me know just by commenting, and I will be there to help you for sure. Okay, so let's move ahead with theorem number 7. So it is basically, if a perpendicular is drawn from the vertex of the right angle of the triangle to the hypotenuse, then the triangles on the both sides of the perpendicular are similar to the whole triangle and to each other also. So this basically theorem is, let's just suppose this is a right angle, this is a right angle triangle, right? So they just say that if you have to draw the perpendicular from this right angle, so the right angle is this and their midpoint is something like this, so you have to draw the perpendicular It is not perpendicular bisector. They are not saying that, they are just saying perpendicular. So it means that they are not the midpoints or something. It is just 90, that is only given. Okay, so this is what they are saying, that if in this case it is like we have to draw the perpendicular towards the hypotenuse, then in that particular case triangle BOC will be similar to triangle AOB, right? They will be similar to each other. Then triangle AOB will be similar to triangle ACB, the whole one, and also the triangle BOC will be similar to triangle BAC, the whole one. I hope that is clear to you, that whenever we draw the perpendicular from the right angle towards the hypotenuse, that in that particular case the triangles formed on the both sides will be similar to each other and also similar to the whole triangle. I hope that's clear to you. Let's move ahead with our theorem number 8. Basically in this chapter 8 theorems, 9 theorems are there. So the 8th and 9th theorem we have to study the proof also. So here I have given with the theorem number 8. Right. So our theorem number 8 is, in if a right triangle, the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the other squares of two sides. Basically the Pythagoras theorem we have to prove in the theorem 6.8. So we are given a right triangle, right angled at B. Okay, we have to prove that the sum of the squares of the base and perpendicular equals to the square of hypotenuse. So what we'll do is we'll just draw a perpendicular from B. Okay, now since BD is perpendicular to AC, so from theorem 6.7, it is, I have already told you that from theorem 6.7 that this particular triangle will be similar to this one, this particular triangle will be similar to whole triangle, and this is also similar to the whole triangle. So ADB will be similar to ABC, the whole one. So since the sides are, since this basically when the two triangles, we already know that when the two triangles are similar, in that particular case their sides will be in a definite ratio and their angles will be equal. Am I right? So if these triangles are equal, if they are similar, then AD will be similar, AD divided by AB will be similar to AC divided by AB, AB divided by AC. Am I right? You just have to be careful with these names, right? AD, AB, AB and AC. This is how you have to do it. AD by AB. It means AD by AB is similar to AB by AC. Am I right? Now we are we have to cross multiply it, and we are getting AB square equals to AD into AC. Right. Now we similarly the BDC will also be like similar to ABC. In that particular case, the CD divided by BC will be equals to BC divided by AC. Right. Just again cross multiply it, you will be getting BC square equals to CD into AC. Add both of them, you will be getting AD into AC plus CD into AC. Just take out AC as common, and AD plus CD uh, will be remaining. So AD plus DC will be equals to AC. We can write AC again, and hence proved that AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. You have nothing to do in this particular, like this is the easiest theorem we have ever seen. You just have to, you know that the two triangles ADB is similar to triangle ABC. Right. So in that particular, so the people, you will be thinking that B is placed here and C is placed at the third side, and B is placed at third side in first one, and in the second one it is placed in second. Why? Okay, let's look at a picture. I told you the equal angles. Okay, so B here in the whole triangle is a 90 degree, but when we just consider this part of the triangle, then B is not 90, D is 90, right? So B will be equal to D if we comparing them. So this is how we have just exchanged the places, and what we will do is we'll just, according to the theorem, that whenever the two triangles will be similar, in that particular case the sides will be in a definite ratio, and we will just take out and multiply, cross multiply them, and after them we will be getting two equations. Just add the two equations and you will be getting your product. Okay, this is how you can prove the Pythagoras theorem. Let's move ahead to the last theorem of this chapter number 6, that is your triangles, right? So this is the last theorem. So let's have a look on this theorem too. In a triangle, if the square of one side is equal to sum of the square of the other two sides, then the angle opposite, this is the converse of Pythagoras. You can just see that this is the converse of the Pythagoras. We have studied in the earlier slide what is a Pythagoras theorem and all. So in this particular equation, it is a theorem, it is already, this thing is already given, this thing we are already given, right? And we have to prove that this particular triangle is a 90-degree, or this is a right angle. So we will draw a similar triangle, okay, such that PQ will be equals to AB and QR will be equals to BC. So in triangle ABC and PQR, both of these sides are equal, right? By construction, an AC and PR is already equal, right? So in that particular case, what we'll do is, from 3 it is already equal, and so triangle ABC will be similar to triangle PQR. Okay, so if both of them, they are by SSS congruency rule, if they are similar, so angle B will be equals to angle Q, right? Angle B will be equal to angle Q. Okay, so if angle Q is already, we have already construct a right angle triangle at Q, so B will also be a right angle triangle. So it is just proved that angle B is a right angled triangle. Okay, this is very easy. You just have to know that what is this exactly, right? So I hope that's clear to you people, that how we have just proved it. We just have, there is a bit of construction we have drawn in this particular case, right? So this was ABC and this was PQR, right? We have drawn already a right angled PQR, and in such a way that AB is equals to PQ and BC is equals to QR. Okay, so according to this particular equation, the AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. So if we consider this, if we consider this, AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square is already given. We know that this AB is equals to PQ, and this BC is equals to QR. Okay, and this is a right angle triangle in triangle PQR. Since this is a right triangle, according to the Pythagoras theorem, this will be the equation. So from equation 1 and from equation 2, we will be getting AC square equals to PR square, and hence AC equals to PR. This is what we get, right? And if we are taking these two triangles, then this is already equal, this is already equal, and this we have already proven. So according to that SSS congruency rule, both of them, they will be congruent to each other, and if they are congruent, angle B is equals to angle Q. Angle Q is already 90, so angle B will also be equals to angle Q is equals to 90-degree, and hence it is a right angled triangle. I hope that's clear to you, that how the triangle or the angle opposite to the hypotenuse or the larger side is the right angle. So without wasting time, let's have a look on certain questions for the triangle. So this is basically based on the BPT theorem, okay, and the converse of BPT theorem. Most important theorems of this chapter are Pythagoras and BPT, and also their converse. So this is the given picture in the first question. I know this is slightly unclear to you, but I'll just draw the picture here and it will be clear to you then. This is E, this is F, and this is R. This is given as 1.28 centimeters. I'm sorry. 1.28 centimeter is basically PQ. I'm drawing here just to make you a little bit more clear. And this is 2.56. PE is 0.18 and this is PF, this was 0.36. Right, now what we have to do is we just have to prove whether EF is parallel to QR or not. Okay, so basically you can easily calculate like PE by EQ, or you can say that PE by PQ also and by EQ also. If you are considering PE by EQ, you will be getting something like this 1.10. Let's just have it. So you will be like PE divided by PQ is equals to PF divided by PR. Okay, let's just prove it right. PE is 0.18 and PQ is 1.28, right, will be equals to 0.36 divided by 2.56. If we just solve it down, what are we getting is 9 2s are 18. So we are getting like point and point will be cancelled. 9 2s are 18, or 2 9s are 18, 2 6 12, 2 4 8. Similarly, 4 9s are 36 and 4 6 are 24, 4 4s are 16. So both of them are equal. Since this is equal, by the converse of BPT, or we can say by the Thales theorem, EF is parallel to QR. I hope that's clear to you. Very basic question. Similarly, the next one, in this particular question, we are given the two things. Okay, we are given this particular picture. This is AM, this is MB, this is AN, ND and ALLC. We have to prove that AM by AB is equals to AN by ND, right? AN by AD. So what we'll do now, we are given that this LN is parallel to this CD. So by BPT, if LN is parallel to CD, then AN by AD will be equals to AL by AC. Similarly, if ML is parallel to BC, by BPT, AL by AC will be equals to AM by AB. So let this be 2 and let this be 1. So from 1 and 2 we can see that this AL by AC and this AL by AC is equals to both of them. So AN by AD will be equals to AM by AB, and this is we have to prove, and hence we are proved with the question that with the help of BPT theorem and Thales theorem we have proven the given question. Right, now move ahead with the another question. So in this particular question, this is the triangle ABC. AD and CE are the altitudes. Okay, so what is an altitude? There is a term called perpendicular bisector, which I have told you in the 9th sessions, but altitude is just 90-degree angle. This is nothing like bisector and all. This is just a 90-degree angle. So AD and DC, AD and CE, they are the two altitudes. We have to prove that AEP is similar to CDP. So AEP is the triangle like this and CDP is this triangle. So in this particular triangle, basically this angle is equals to this angle, because they are both 90. This is equals to this vertically opposite. If you don't know about the vertically opposite angle, please go through our class 9th lessons and you will be there will be some explanatory videos of vertically opposite angles, alternate interior angles and all the angles which are the basic for class 10th. You will be going to get the full explanatory and with the detailed video there, and you can just go through that and you will be easily going to know what is vertically opposite. And still if you are not able to remind what is that, you can just comment and let me know and I will tell you. Okay, so basically you have seen that AAA was the similarity, but here in this particular solution only AA was mentioned. Okay, so this was understood. In class 9th we have studied about an angle sum property. So obviously that according to the angle sum property, the sum of all the angles of the triangle is equals to 180. So if two of the angles of the two triangles are equal, then automatically the third will be equal, that is why AAA can be written as AA similarity. So by this both of them could be proven as similar. Now the another thing we have to prove similar is ABD. ABD is ABD. This particular ABD and CBE. CB is particularly this. So in this both of them, B will be common one, and angle ADB. This angle D is 90 and in this particular angle E is 90. So by that we can just prove, let me just draw the picture here, as if I'm explaining the questions to you from the solution only, you must be aware of the picture. If the picture gets ruined, you won't be able to absorb the things that I'm telling you, right? So this was the picture, somehow was like this. I was not drawing it correctly, but it is something like this. Right. These were the two altitudes, CE and AD was the another altitude, and this was no doubt undoubtedly B. Okay, so now what we have to go through is our third, that is AEP. AEP, this is your P point. So AEP will be like this and ADB will be something like this one bada wala. Okay, now AEP and ADB, you can see that angle E and angle D, both of them they are 90, and angle A and A are common, hence they are similar. Similarly PDC, this is PDC, and another is your BEC. BEC will be this bigger one. Let me just shade it out with the another pen. This bigger one was BEC, right? Now you will be easily getting it that in PDC and in BEC, C is common in both the cases. Now you can see here D and E must be equal, so D and D, both of them, they are 90 degree. If you want to make it more, more easy to you, what you can do is just look at the name in the question and you will find out that P will be equals to B. Okay, now you have to prove that P is equals to B. You will just get a certain idea that what will be equal to what angle, and then you can just find out that how that is equal. Like in this particular, you can see that D and D, they are in the same position, so you will be getting an idea that D and E must be equal. Then you will have a look on the question and the figure and you will find out that since both of them are equal to 90 degree, it means that both of them, they are equal, right? Moving ahead with the next question. Now your question is triangle ABC and DEF. They are the two triangles which are already similar. Already similar is given, and there are the two medians present on both of them, that is AP and PQ. AP and DQ. Right, these are the two medians. Now what we have to prove is, now you can just see that this is something similar. You have seen that we know that area of, when the two triangles are similar, then area of both of them will be somehow equal to the corresponding side square. But here you have to prove that it should be equal to the square of medians. Okay, the median has not been counted in the subsequent sides, right? So what you will do is, first of all, just write like this. Okay, now what you will do is, since both of them they are equal, since both of them they are similar, AB by DE will be equals to BC by EF also. Now medians are the one which bisect the line. This is not perpendicular, not perpendicular. These are the one which bisects the line only. This is nothing like altitude and bisector. This is just the bisector. So basically you can see like half of BC, you can also write like half of BC is equals to half of EF. So half of BC will be like BP upon EQ. This is also we have done with. Okay, now Angle B is already equal to angle E. Why? Because in this particular triangle, both of them, they are similar. So corresponding angles will be similar, will be equal. So triangle ABP is similar to triangle DEQ. Right. Now what we'll do is, by this we have gotten that AB by DE is equals to BP by EQ, and it is also equal to AP by DQ. Right. Now what you will do is, from equation 1 and from equation 2, what you will be getting is, okay, from these equations you are getting that both of them, they are equal to this and this term. So it means AB by DE will be equals to AP by DQ. So just what we have to do is, this is equals to this. Since A, then you will just have to put in above equation, and what you will be getting is area of ABC divided by area of DEF is equals to AP by DQ whole square. I hope that's clear to you. You just have to prove the one of the part of the triangle to be similar, and after that you will be getting this line similar to this line. Okay, the ratio of both of them similar to both of them, and then you will just replace them and you will be getting your answer. Moving ahead with another question. This is a In this particular question, this is already given that a particular given triangle is a equilateral triangle having equal sides, and this is the perpendicular bisector. Somehow this is not, yeah, this is the bisector. It is already given that this is a bisector and this is also perpendicular. So here is the difference between the median altitude and perpendicular bisector. Altitude is not a bisector, it is just 90 degree. Okay, then median is something that bisect the line. It is not 90, it can be any angle, and perpendicular bisector is the bisector which is 90 degree. So these are the difference between all of them. I hope you people won't get confused between them. Okay, so basically this is the point L. L is the midpoint. So it is already clear that BL is equals to LC is equals to half of BC. This is already given and clear. We have to prove is 3AB square is equals to 4AL square. How we are going to prove this? Just look at the picture right now. From the right triangle ALB, AB square will be equals to AL square plus LB square. Why? Because by the Pythagoras theorem we can say that, and apart from BC we can write half of apart from BL we can write half of BC here. So AB square equals to half square plus half of AB square. Why AB square? Because BC is equals to AB is equals to AC. As the given triangle is an equilateral triangle, we can write this. So AB square is equals to AL square plus AB square by 4. We can just what we'll do is, we'll just take the LCM. Let me just do it and you will be getting more clear by this. So basically AB square is equals to AL square plus BL को we can write it as half of BC whole square, and apart from BC we can write it as AB. Why we can write it as AB? Because AB, BC and AC are equal, because the given triangle is an equilateral one. Am I right? This is the given. So we are getting something like this. Just prove it. 4AB square equals to 4AL square plus 4AL square plus AB square. So we are getting 3AB square is equals to 4AL square. Now you people will ask me that how I have replaced ABC with AB. How will be getting the idea? Okay, so look at the question. This is what you have to prove. You have already AL in your, you have AB, but you have BC. You have to replace BC in either AL or in AB to get the given question. That is why I have converted them in AB, right? Let's move ahead with the last question of this particular chapter, triangle. Right, so basically the questions are like this. The first is PS is the bisector. Now bisector is the term which just bisect the given lines into equal halves. of angle, okay, it is given the bisector of angle QPR. Angle QPR is like this. So this is the bisector of this angle. It means QPS is equals to this RPS. Prove that QS by SR is equals to PQ by QR. So a line RT is drawn parallel to SP. Okay, we have drawn a line RT parallel to the SP which intersects QP. This is the QP and it is intersecting the QP at a point this T. Okay, we have drawn this line. This is a particular triangle and we have extended this to T and this is joining like this. So given that this SP is bisecting the angle P, so obviously by construction, so this is already given, we have seen that is bisecting, so angle QPS will be equals to angle RPS or SPR. By construction it is proved that angle SPR is equals to angle PRT. Right, the picture is somehow like this: PQR, this is S, this is, and this is how you can just exceed it, and this is T. Okay, so by construction angle SPR, this is your angle SPR and it is equals to angle PRT because this is parallel. Okay, so this is drawn, so a line RT is drawn parallel, this line is parallel to this particular line, it is drawn somehow like this. This is both parallel, so since the both of them are parallel, this angle will be equal to this angle by alternate interior angles. Right, similarly angle QPS will be equals to angle QTR. So angle QPS is this angle and QTR is this angle, so we can say that these are the corresponding angles, that is by both of them are equal. So from both of the given equations we can say that angle PRT is equals to angle QTR. This is equals to this, so we can say that this angle PRT is equals to angle QTR. PRT is this one and this is equals to angle QTR, this one. So since both of these angles are equal, it means by isosceles angle theorem both of these sides will be equal. It means PT will be equals to PR. Right, this means PT is equals to PR by isosceles angle theorem. So since PS is PS is already parallel to the TR and PS is PT is equals to PR now. So in triangle QTR by Thales theorem, since both of them they are parallel, QS by SR will be equals to QP by PT. So we have to just replace this PT. By this particular equation we can say that QP upon PR, and hence we are proved with the above question. Right, now let's move ahead with the next question. In figure, this particular figure, this is the D on the point on the hypotenuse AC, okay, of triangle ABC. So this DM is basically a perpendicular on BC and this DN is perpendicular on AB. Prove that DM square is equals to DN into MC. So how we are going to prove it that this DM square is equals to DN into my MC? So okay, join B and D also by construction. Given that this DN is perpendicular, this is DN hai, this is parallel to this BC and this particular DM is parallel to AB. Okay, so this is parallel, you can easily see, and also DMBN is a rectangle, okay, because angle B is 90 and according to the properties of rectangle, if opposite sides are parallel and one of the angle is 90, then it is a rectangle. So DNBM is a rectangle, so DN will be equals to BM and DN is equals to MB. Right, so given that BD is, this is the BD and this is perpendicular. Right, so in this particular point we can say that CDB is 90-degree angle. Right, so angle 2 plus 3 is equals to 90. In ACDM, okay, in ACDM angle 1 and angle 2 is equals to angle 1 plus 2 plus angle DMC. This one is equals to 180-degree by angle sum property, and angle 1 plus 2 is already given as 90-degree. Right, So we can say that in triangle DMB, angle 3 plus angle DMB plus angle 4 is equals to 180, and angle 3 plus 4 will be 190 degree, because this is already given now that the DMB is 90 degree. That is why we can say that angle 3 plus 4 is 90. From above equations we can say that angle 1 is equals to angle 3 and angle 2 is equals to angle 4. Right. So these are proved above. By AA similarity we can say that this DCM is similar to this BDM. So since both of them they are similar, we can just write the similar sides like BM divided by DM is equals to DM by MC, okay, will be equal to DN by DM equals to DM by MC. Because since they are already equal, we can write this, and after this we can just cross multiply them. We will be getting dm square equals to dn into my mc. I hope that's clear to you that how you are getting this. And bm is equals to, how the bm is equals to dn, because we have proven this as the rectangle, that is why bm will be equals to dn, and we have just replaced it by this. So this is all with our chapter number 6, that is triangle. This is the easy chapter, this is very easy chapter. You will be basically there are 9 theorems in this chapter. You will have to go through all of them, but the most important are Thales theorem, basic proportionality theorem, and the Pythagoras theorem. You will be getting the questions from these theorem. And yes, in case of any doubts, you can just feel free to talk and just comment down, and me and my team will definitely reach you. So that's all for now. So just practice the questions and you will be getting all the questions right. And thank you for watching. Have a lovely day ahead. Thank